why not take you guys with me so you can see what it's like for me to get on the German train and negotiate all of that as an American. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kelly again and welcome back to my channel. I went to Rüdesheim about a year ago when I first got here and I absolutely loved it, but the weather wasn't that great. And so I really want to go back and check out this gorgeous monument. It's massive. You can see it all the way down from the Rhine and I want to hike up to it. I think there's also a cable car you can take up to it and check it out. So let's go.
See, I'll go with the wind, the blazes I keep the wind, holding on to a feeling, it is so strong.
All the train stations have these charts which lists out every single train by its arrival time and platform number. So this says that my first train will leave at 11:13 from platform 3A. There are also electronic signs like this one which reflects any platform changes and delays. There are all sorts of trains in Germany, to include the famous high-speed trains, or ICE, which stands for Intercity Express. This one's just a regional train, though, which is quite a bit slower and takes way more frequent stops. Depending on the type of train, there will be different cars available, like first class, business class, second class, quiet zones. Just make sure you pay attention to which car you're sitting in, because it will get a little awkward for you when they come to check your ticket and find out you're in the wrong spot. The trains all have bathrooms and trash cans. You can also get a seat with a table in which you will see friends or families sitting together and playing games and so on. The trains are owned and operated by a private company called Deutsche Bahn, and from what I understand, the German government helps to subsidize tickets to make it more affordable for Germans to be able to travel by train. You can pretty much take a train anywhere in Germany. Their railway system is impressive, and a lot of Germans rely on the trains for travel, both for pleasure and for work. I haven't had to ask anyone for a ride to the airport since I moved here, and when I travel by train, I can just turn my brain off and relax or even sleep. I've even been able to take a really long bike ride to a city and then just take the train back. But if you plan to do this, just make sure you get the train that allows bikes, because not all of them do, and you have to buy a special ticket for your bike as well. Not knowing German makes riding the train extra fun. Some trains do announcements in both German and English, but some don't. So if there are announcements made about a train delay or issue, I sometimes don't really know what's going on. I usually just read the body language of the people around me, and if it seems like suddenly everyone's really stressed or disappointed, I'll ask someone around me if they speak English and can tell me what's going on. But if everyone seems relatively unaffected, I'll just roll with it. And never board the train without a ticket, because they do check, and if you get caught, you'll get fined.
I have successfully made it to Rüdesheim, and right when I was getting off the train, the Deutsche Bahn worker, I don't really know their proper title, the one that goes around and checks all the tickets and makes sure everything's going all right, she stopped me and noticed that I was filming, so she clearly knew I was a tourist, and told me to make sure that I get some Rüdesheim coffee. I guess it's a special coffee here, so I will be checking that out. She was really nice. The monument that I want to go to is right behind me up on this hill, and there's a couple ways you can get up there. You can hike or walk, or you can take this cable car, which maybe you can see it running behind me. I think I'm going to take the cable car to get up there to take in the view and see the vineyard from above, and then I will walk back down. During my travels throughout Germany, I've seen a lot of old buildings with paintings like this one on its outside walls, and I think it gives it a nice, unique characteristic. Another thing that I've noticed, specifically in the Rhineland-Pfalz, Hessen region of Germany, I don't know where else, but there will be this combination of letters and symbols and numbers painted on a door or written in chalk. And I believe that refers to a very specific Bible verse. And that's not the only thing to see up here. I think there are paths that take you to some castle ruins, so let's check it out. And here is the castle. It looks like it's gated off, so I won't be able to go into it. When I came to Germany, I of course expected to see some castles, but I was amazed by how many castles there are, especially all up and down the Rhine. And if you look at the history of Germany, it makes sense why there are so many, but I didn't think about it. I'm gonna walk down to the centrum or the center of Rüdesheim and try to find one of those coffees that she told me about.
Sugar inside,
Right?
and the aspa in the hot water
Oh.
because it has alcohol. Yeah. Then we make fire.
Huh, okay.
So, between this for the coffee.
I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. That was elaborate.
You can drink. Okay?
Yeah, it's really good. That coffee was good, but it was a little bit more than I expected, and I am feeling it. But it's time to catch the train to go back to Mainz.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action.
I am finally back home from the day I spent in Rüdesheim. I got to see that huge monument, got to see the castle ruins, walk around the vineyard just like I wanted to, and on my way home, I actually had the train with the same woman from the train that I took to Rüdesheim, and I was able to tell her what I thought of the Rüdesheim coffee. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click subscribe. If you saw anything that you want to correct me on or tell me how I can do it better, just put it in the comments. I love to read them and I really try to respond to them. Thanks guys, bye.